Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
David Lee Roth is
Okay.
here.
Well, this is what white people dance to when they're listening to rock and roll. You got to understand, hard rock is a great show and it's a lot of fun to watch, but it's a little bit hard to dance to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what we listen to after the show is a whole different kind of
So
group.
what did you listen to after the shows?
Well, you know, I got fired from doing, when Howard Stern came over here to Sirius XM, I got his seat over at the radio, over at K-Rock. And they fired me after 4.5 months for, dig this, they called it ethnic music, for playing too much ethnic music.
So what did you play?
Well, I was doing loops of like the intro to Superfly, and I was doing Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley, and they'd say, well, you can't play this to a rock audience. I go, what do you think white people listen to on vacation?
Yeah, that's right, Bob Marley, right?
I like you.
Yeah, I do too. Now, what do you do?
Now, I'm being very honest. There you go. Listen to that.
You
And now you can talk over the stuff, and even if you don't speak English, it makes some kind of sense, doesn't it? Live in front of your naked, steaming eyes, direct from Hollywood after 6 months of no work.
Superfly. All right. Now, who are some of the groups that you listen to today, though? Do you listen to any of the newer artists?
Well,
like,
if we're not
Kings
going to
of
put
Leon?
a ring on it, then let it be Rihanna.
Okay.
I used to think, that let me think of a crazy character that, there's no better character to watch these days than Chris Brown.
Chris
You
Brown.
follow? And it goes well beyond music, too, because like in that Battleship movie, which was pretty much a throwaway, Rihanna is hot.
Yes.
She's the best actress in the entire picture, okay? And remember the day I called it right here. She's going to be a real life. She hasn't got all the knees and the elbows and the Lucille Ball kind of eyebrows and stuff. She just does the part. You totally buy into that stuff. And, when we're starting to talk about what I'm listening to in the beginning, that started off with bands like Major Lance going, dum, doo, 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 dum, doo. And then Motown and everything coming from that generation. I was part of the busing program.
Yeah.
And we went to schools that...
the integration.
Totally.
Integration,
Yeah. So in Van Halen, that's heavy rock. That's all Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. And my contribution was always 4-part harmony, and it's got to be between 100 beats, 126 a minute. You follow. I own a lowrider. I have a 51 Mercury that's drop, slop. It's got viscous coupling, equal rubber all the way around.
Can you drive that in New York City?
It's in Westchester.
Oh, okay.
Give me a call and I'll come pick you up.
No, you actually reside in Tokyo right now?
I just finished a year overseas. I started doing martial arts when I was a little kid. And careful what you show your kids. First time I held a Japanese sword in my hand, I was about 9 years old. And it was like lightning. That's Japanese for lightning.
Lightning is...
And I don't speak Japanese like the Japanese do. I speak it like a New Yorker.
Let me hear a word.
I say, I start all my business meetings in New York with, okay, what are we pretending to not know here today? And I do like that in Japanese. None of you shit a knife. What is it in this guy?
That's pretty
like,
good. That's
hey, like, who do you think you're talking to? They're not kind of used to that. I also mix and match. Some people play with little airplanes. I like to play with words. I can see you take a word like mabayue, it means dazzling. Somebody said, what do you think of Hollywood? I said, mabayue fuzakara. Dazzling bullshit.
David Lee Roth is here. It's the Roth Show. You can find it on YouTube. We got people on the line right now. Dan, what's up, Dan? Good morning.
Hey, Dan, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Aloha. Look, Mr. David Lee Roth, I just got to tell you, being a child of the late 70s, 80s, watching MTV, I don't care what color you are. Everyone was jamming to Van Halen, so I just want to tell you thank you for allowing me to, see different types of music regardless of where
Thank you. And now I'll follow that thought because I'm going to tell you where I learned all my moves. My sister and I, you stand in front of the television and watch Soul Train. And then, and you wait for the dance line, and then you wait for the dance line, and then you watch, and I would even try and talk like in the voice of, well, thank you very much, Don Cornelius. No, really, that's how I learned to do all my moves. You want to see me dance? I see you.
Okay, you know what?
Give me some music. Give me some music.
Have the B going to do the Soul Train line with him? Have the B? All right, okay. David Lee Roth is doing the Soul Train. Oh, wow. He's doing the Pac-Man. Remember that dance from back in the day? All right, cool. There you go. Whoa. The jump. Do that jump. Do that jump.
Go, David. Go, HB.
Have the B and David Lee Roth dancing in the studio.
Dancing on the radio.
There it is, man. All right. He got some moves, man, too.
Well, it's on a run, right?
Little. Let me ask you. You slightly rhythmly challenged, but that's not that important, right? I mean,
Not in my job.
Not
no.
at your job. But you know what's interesting? Like, you talk about how rockers, when they got off the stage, listened to a lot of what they used to call ethnic music, and but people wouldn't have even known that you know, it always seemed like there was a division between what rock and roll hardcore rockers would listen to and do, and then also the black artists.
Okay, first off, is my background came from being in schools right across the street that were complete 95% black and Spanish speaking.
Okay.
I can speak fluent Spanish because of it. Hablo suficiente español para hablar contigo solamente de lengua. Okay.
Answer that, Tracy. Answer
Yeah,
that.
I can gang sign the Mickey Mouse Club. MIC, yo, see this? And it's, part of growing up. When I would go across town to where the Van Halens came from, they were more like Ridgemont High and shit, where they pile out of the van and the pot smoke comes out, and they all got the long hair and everything. They called me Diamond Dave, which is the moniker that hangs now, because I was wearing pants up to here with the suspenders and two-tone shoes, you follow, with a matching jacket and so forth. Like I put a suit on at night, right? I still do. And the more expensive the shoes, the better. And I like girls who put a lot of time into the way they look at night. And then they would say, look at him, he sparkles like a diamond. And it was Diamond Dave. That's the contribution that I gave to the rock band. So what you have is kind of Led Zeppelin meets the Temptations. And if you listen to the music, every chorus got 4-part harmony that everybody sings to each other on the dance floor. And I got into the band because I said, we graduated high school and you guys ain't working, are you? How no. I said, because you're doing rock and roll in dance clubs. I said, I will personally check every song that comes along, okay? And I would, pick the rock song. So you get a song like Walk This Way. Okay, right, okay, you can dance to that. We'll play it twice a night. And then we would play, we play a ZZ Top or a rock song, then go to the Ohio Players. Because my sisters and I knew those bands. That was our record collection, you follow? And it's probably why Van Halen is still selling out the Garden 2 nights a tour we did about a year ago. Yeah. And this goes around the world. It's because it's multiple neighborhood. Los Angeles is not like New York where Mr. Chang lives next to Mr. Ramirez, who all listen next to Mr. Patel, There's different neighborhoods. And if you have a biker neighborhood, well, that's all hard rock. If it's south of the Harbor Freeway, orale, you're going to play some Santana. You're going to change your evil ways, loco.
David Lee Roth has joined us. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345, man. You got a beat, man? I want to just throw a beat on and just let you see if you could do something to it. Is that all right?
Oh, absolutely. Swing.
Okay, man. Come on. Let's go, man.
Here I come. I want to wake up in a city that never sleep and find I'm king of the hill and that I'm top of the heap. Yet my vagabond shoes along the street. I want to be a part of it, do it mine. If I make it there, I make it anywhere. And if you don't know where, just don't fucking come here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I like that. You shut it down right there.
New York freestyle.
Shut it down.
It's Sway in the morning, only
On Shea 45.